Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share my knowledge about endangered languages with you, and I will try to highlight the reasons that make me choose Ayapaneco as an endangered language. But I want to start my presentation with a definition. As you all know, endangered languages are languages that are at risk of falling out of use as its speakers die or shift to speak another language. And I chose Ayapaneco. Um, Most of the 62 languages spoken in Mexico are considered as endangered, and Ayapaneco is one of them. It has been spoken for centuries, but it fell into disuse in the middle of 20th century because of the migration of many native speakers to another towns or cities where the language was not spoken. And it has seen of wars, revolutions, and floods, but now, as many other languages, it's at risk of extinction. And Ayapa is actually a small village which is located 10 kilometers east of Comalcalco in Tabasco in Mexico. And the next area I would like to focus on is the language family. Here is the mixed Zocan language family, and Ayapaneco is a member of Gulf Zocan group on the Zocan side of the family. And let's move on the most interesting part of Ayapaneco. What makes it interesting is the relationship between these two guys, Manuel and Isidro. They are the last two speakers of Ayapaneco. There are just two speakers left who can speak Ayapaneco, and they live only 500 meters apart in the village of Ayapa, and but they refuse to talk. Why, when, or where did they refuse to talk? Actually, it's unknown. And the name Ayapa is used by outsiders, and these two guys call their language as Numte Ote, which means the real voice. And they also disagree about some details about the language. And I want you to think about your language, think about yourself. Would you do the same thing with them? Would you let your language die rather than making friends? I know it's really a hopeless situation, and seems like it's impossible to revive the language because I told you that these two guys refuse to talk. But I didn't share the latest news with you. Please look at that heading. Yeah, the last two speakers of Dying Tongue put their uh, feud behind them to help bring Panaco back. Yeah, it's the real news. Now, a program developed by Vodafone tries to save Panaco for future generations, and Vodafone first allow people to do something that they had never done before. And Vodafone helped to build a school where children could be taught their native language, and the school's name is Manuel and Isidro School of Ayapaneco. And here is Professor James Fox. He is an anthropologist from Stanford University, and he reminded these two men of their responsibility to rescue Ayapaneco. And a film was made by him that shows the emotional moment that these two men made up their argument. And I want to show that moment to you. Yeah, I think they are really cute. And let's move on. Yeah, Vodafone has built a website to allow people across the world to adopt an Ayapaneco word and put their own recording to the big collection. The website implies that if a teenager somewhere in London knows how to say you have got beautiful hair in Ayapaneco, it will help language to live on. And let me show you that website. That website uh, includes dozens of different video selfies submitted by people around the world, and here is some of them. They adapted many different words. And I think it's your turn. Join online and adapt a word in Ayapaneco and help to save it. And I hope with the power of the web, it will live forever. Thank you for listening to me.